Hi, welcome to Charles Sturt University IT Masters Hacking Countermeasures short course. What are we going to cover in this short course? I think the name is telling everything. Our aim is to stop cyber crime. And how can we do that? Via training you guys. What we planned here is we planned some real life scenarios, the important stuff that you have to understand, which will give you lots of benefits. A, you will learn to be more secure. B, if you're into certifications, you will be able to get some EC Council credits, not through this course of course, but this course is going to give you the first step to doing that. What else? If you want to do a university class with us, with Charles Sturt University, we have also a subject which is called the IT 516 Hacking Countermeasures. What we're covering in the next 5 weeks is basically a small portion of this class where you can understand how you can protect your environments. My name is Erdal Ozkaya, and my details are here. You can email me either at eozkaya@csu.edu.au or erdal.ozkaya@itmasters.edu.au. I got a personal blog as well. Feel free to reach me out if you have questions, but please, our main communication platform will be, as I'm going to show you very shortly, is our learning platform. We have today Jason Howard with us as well. Jason is our course director at Charles Sturt University. Jason? Jason is going to make some introduction.
Thank you, Erdal. Thank you very much for the opportunity. You can show your screen, Erdal, and I'll just tell you when to press.
Okay.
Thanks,
no
Erdal.
problem.
You can continue to show your screen,
again.
and as we move through the slides, I can just tell you when to advance the next slide.
Okay. Beautiful.
Good on you. So, thank you and welcome everyone. As Erdal said, I'm a course director here at Charles Sturt University. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. As Erdal mentioned, I manage courses at Charles Sturt, in particular our IT programs. We've had a relationship at CSU with IT Masters now for well over a decade, and I've been associated with IT Masters and the IT Masters courses for more than 10 years now, and I can tell you that they're great quality courses. We've put a lot of students through the courses. One of the courses that relates to the subject we're looking at tonight that Erdal's going to deliver, the short course, is the Master of Information System Security. Now it contains a subject you can see highlighted there in yellow, Hacking Countermeasures. That subject is actually based on the material from this short course. So just quickly, our Masters consists of 12 subjects. It's a distance education course available to international students or Australian students, so it is delivered entirely by distance education. And a mixture of academic subjects and industry subjects which prepare you for various certifications within the industry, such as the Certified Hacking exam or the Certified Incident Handler exam. So it's a good mix between industry and academic. Another interesting thing about this course is that there is a pathway into the Masters for people who don't have a bachelor's but do have extensive industry work experience. So if that's you, or if the course looks interesting, please get in touch. There's some email addresses down the bottom there to find out whether you're eligible, or if you want to ask more questions of me, you can send me an email at jhowth@csu.edu.au. So just moving over the screen now, Erdal. CSU is a leader in distance education. You can see there, compared to other universities in Australia, we're number one as far as distance education enrolments. To give you a rough idea of the number of distance education students CSU has, we have around 30,000 students, and around 20,000 of those 30,000 enrolled students at Charles Sturt are in fact distance education students. So we are set up for distance education. We have a great technology platform. We offer lectures like this to our students. We allow you to do all of your study by distance without ever setting foot on the campus. Okay, so really tailored to working people. And another quick slide before I go. I don't want to spend too much time, but CSU is also the market leader in Australia for postgraduate IT education, and there is a snapshot of enrolment numbers from various universities, some of them big names. As far as postgraduate IT, which basically means master's level information technology courses, CSU is well and truly the leader. So that, along with our leadership in distance education, means that if you are considering a master's in the IT area, particularly in the security area, then CSU is a great choice. So look, that's all from me. I'll hand back to Erdal. I hope you enjoyed the short course, and please, if you have any questions about pursuing study at Charles Sturt University, please let me know. So thank you, Erdal.
Thank you, James. By the way, as he mentioned, believe it or not, I also finished my master's here at CSU as well. So I'm not just a lecturer at CSU, I'm also a proud student, proud graduate from the university, which I had lots of experiences, which you're going to see very shortly. So this is my contact details. If you have any questions, feel free to reach me out from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. If you have a Windows phone or Android phone, you can download my apps. Who am I? As I mentioned a few minutes ago, I have a Master of Information Security degree, Bachelor of Science degree. I'm also a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional, and I'm also teaching certified ethical hacking classes besides being a lecturer at Charles Sturt. I'm doing at the moment my PhD. Hopefully soon I'm going to be one of the guys who's going to have the doctor title. And I'm trying to do my best to be worldwide in security conferences as speaker. I just came last week. I was at North America. Basically, I was delivering 3 security sessions. I was selected a few times Instructor of the Year by EC Council. As you can see, I'm also certified EC Council instructor. 2 years in a row I won the Best Instructor Award. Very soon I'm going to speak at Hacker Halted for the 2nd or 3rd time this year. I have the various awards, which is Best Speaker, or I did deliver lots of classes such as Certified Ethical Hacker. So I'm not here to talk about myself. We wanted to show you that you're in safe hands. The university is a leading university. I'm all across the world as well, teaching, speaking conferences. I have one request from all of you, please. So I know most of us are using social media, and please, I did create a beautiful hashtag, which is Stop Cybercrime. Please feel free to put all your thoughts about this class, invite your friends with this hashtag. So let's drive some awareness and let's build a more secure environment. As we know, hackers are everywhere. So this course is there to make your life a bit easier against hackers. By now, all of you should have access to learn.itmasters.edu.au. From there, we have lots of different classes, but of course, this is all about hacking countermeasures. So right after this class, the recording is going to be on the week 1 folder, and as long as the class goes ahead, everything regarding this class is going to be in these folders for you. We have also a form, so unless you have a specific question which you don't want to share with everybody else, email me. But if it's a question which you think it's going to benefit everybody else, please go to the discussion forums. And in the discussion forums, I couldn't click the right button. As you can see, we have already lots of entries. Many people from IT Masters or CSU are already in there. We will try to answer your questions. Please feel free to reach us out from these locations. So, answering your questions straight away, all the materials for you is going to be right after this class under this folder. So this week we have the introduction, enumeration, next week scanning and enumeration. I'm pretty sure all of you went to our website already, or the CSU website, which has already all the information that you need about this class. Okay, so I will leave this to you. I'm pretty sure you're all capable to go ahead and work with this. As I said, our main communication channel is https://learn.itmaster.edu.au. If you still didn't receive your email, please reach me or James out, and we are more than happy to give you what you need, which is your username password. Okay, what are we covering this week? This week we are covering 2 modules. The first module is going to be the introduction, and the second module is going to be, as you're going to see very shortly, enumeration and scanning. So, are we ready? If we are, let's start. First of all, warning. This presentation may contain occasional bad language or subject matter that some may find disturbing, and some information which you should not use in live targets or networks without permissions. So, please, taking this course is not granting you any access to scan any network that you feel like. Even if you're working in a company, you should not use the tools without permission from the management to do your penetration testing. So, what's going on? As we all know, around 86% of the desktops are these days Microsoft. But we have also Apple, Linux, and then some other operating systems around there. And the bad guys always are a step ahead of the good guys, which is us. What they do is they create new tactics. There is one thing to remember before we start with everything. There are 2 types of organizations. The first one is basically they know they are being hacked. Look, just last week, eBay was hacked. Just 3 weeks ago, many big governments, including Australian government, many big organizations, including Google, Apple last week. If you just yesterday again, if you having an iPhone or iPad device and you reside in Australia, you know that there is at the moment a virus going on, which is locking your phones, and many people think, hey, these devices are secure. So there are 2 types of organizations, as I said. Once they realize they have been hacked, and the other ones, they haven't realized yet they have been hacked. So moving forward, there will be 2 types of organizations. Those, they adopt the modern threat environments, they fight against the bad guys, and those who don't. As we all know, attackers are trying every day different methods to reach us out. So, what can we do to protect ourselves? How can you be an ethical hacker? First of all, we have to understand what the bad guys does. There is a threat landscape which is changing nearly every day, sometimes every hour. So it is the bad guys who's trying to steal more and more of your stuff. So how is this happening? First of all, we're getting these days the BDOY, bring your own device, or mobility. These days, most of us have our Android phones or our iPads, Microsoft Surfaces in our hands, and we are accessing wireless public networks. We are accessing, networks in our friend's house without knowing what do they have. So, look, just within 4 or 5 years, we change from a defined environment to a disappearing perimeter. What does this mean? Today, lots of employees are sending back home to work from home. What does bring this to us? It is bringing a new priority. This priority is the old security methods. Having a firewall, having up-to-date antivirus, being patched is not the only way to be secure anymore. So the improvements which is done by software giants, as I said 3 minutes ago, are driving the hackers to new tactics. And their first aim is these days you. Why it's you? Because you or your end users are much easier targets than your corporate environments, as your corporate environment has most probably a HIPS, a host-based intrusion detection system, maybe a NIPS, a network-based intrusion detection system, antivirus, firewalls, UTMs, trade management gateway. But did you know that 75% of the users, they use the same password on every site? I'm pretty sure most of you will remember the Sony PlayStation attack. Sony was hijacked, I think 2-3 years ago. They had to be down for 3-4 weeks. What happened after 3-4 weeks is Sony was back online. They found out that around 46% of the users did not bother to change their passwords. Or, please be honest, who is not using the same password on their email and Facebook, or LinkedIn, or Twitter? As you can see, Robert Cicilline from McAfee has stated that around 75% are using the same passwords. Yeah, who cares about Facebook, right? But what about your banking? What about your small online businesses? So, as this is a vulnerability which is known by bad guys, they are aiming more and more to steal passwords from you to attack your businesses or to be yourself. As we all know, a couple of weeks ago, I think it's now more than 2 months now, an airline has disappeared. A Malaysian airline has disappeared. So it was a sad story. I'm not going to talk about the technical issues, okay? But the interesting thing is, based on the news, there were 4 people with stolen passports, which means they steal someone else's passport, and they traveled with this airline as being someone else. How did they do that? Most probably some of them via online attacks. So what is important? It's important to look around you. As you can see in the headlines, more and more headlines are showing that more cracking, more hijacking, more viruses is coming on. You can see that even a 20 years old boy can be hacked. If you check on Twitter, more and more storm is happening. You know, you will see that people are getting attacked. If you just use the right techniques, which I'm not going to mention in this class, you can even buy credit cards from the internet. You can buy guns from the internet. You can buy lots of like basic card printing documents from the internet. So why are we showing you this? To be honest, this is the reason why we need more and more ethical hackers. So, as we all know, there is 3 types of hackers. One is the white hat hackers, which is you, the ethical ones, who is there to protect their networks, who is there to protect their environments. 2, the gray hat hackers. What is a gray hat hacker? A gray hat hacker is who was in the bad side and who changed now to a good side. Basically, they use their skills to protect people. And 3, the bad guys, which is the black hat hackers. What is a black hat hacker doing? A black hat hacker is aiming to get into you. By the way, the last 3 slides was done by Dan Weiss, a penetration tester from Melbourne. Special thanks for him. Alright, let's talk about the key principle of security. I think we all know, not every network administrator is a security expert, which means it's time for all network administrators to understand the basic of networking. It's important to follow the key principle to secure your networks. What are they? To understand this, we have to understand risk management. Risk management is a process which we, as humans, which we start to learn out of birth. As soon as a baby is born, you know, they do the reflex test, and I don't know if you ever saw it. The baby is just grabbing, you know, grabbing the hands, trying to not to fall. Or look at little kids. First, they start to crawl, then they start to walk. How? When they start to walk, you know, they take some. They don't go step up and walk. They, you know, they said, oh my God, am I going to walk? They fall down. They will do a risk management. Oh, if I fall, it's going to hurt me. You know, even little kids, they do that. Of course, what I'm trying to show you here is, it's not what little kids do. I'm trying to tell you that risk management is part of our life from early stages. So, why should we not understand risk management in our environment? A probability plus consequence equals risk, which means you are using computers. You are going to underground websites and downloading cracked software, downloading free MP3s, downloading free books, downloading free movies, free operating systems. Don't laugh, but I saw people downloading free cracked antiviruses. So the question is, if you're going to these kinds of websites, what is the biggest issue? You are taking a risk. You should start asking yourself this question: why people are giving you stuff for free? I mean, I'm not talking about free software, okay, which is like in an app store where you can go and download. No. I'm talking about an underground website which gives you some kinds of modified software. And I got a demo which I want to share with you here. I want to show you how bad guys do trick you. For that, I'm just switching to my demo environment. Give me 1 second, please. Not this one. It just timed out. Give me a few seconds. I'm gonna make it up while I'm talking. It timed out, so I'm just launching it in my other screen, and I'm going to show it to you very shortly. Let me just talk a bit more, and while the demo environment is getting ready again. So I want to tell you a couple of golden rules until my demo environment gets rebuilt. First principle of security is understand it. There is no completely secure. I mean, I saw so many people saying, I'm using Linux because I'm secure. Hey, what is Linux? It's an open source operating system. What is open source? It's open. What does open mean? People can easily look in the source and launch attacks. I use Apple. I'm secure. Really? Please look at the recent Apple attacks. I'm using Microsoft Windows. I'm secure. Really? Look at the vulnerabilities there. So I'm not saying an operating system is better than the other one, but as you can see, I'm using Windows because I believe if you use the right steps, Windows can be a bit more secure, or at least more productive. But we can argue about this, and as I said, this is not a session where we're going to talk about products. This is a session where we're going to talk about threats, where we're going to talk about how we can understand this threat and how we can expose it to stop the bad guys. To be able to stop the bad guys, we have to understand what our assets are. So an asset is sometimes your laptop. Which one is more important? Your $2,000 worth of laptop. Yeah, I know I got lots of students from all across the world. Some of them are from, less earning, some of them, for some of them is $2,000 a very expensive laptop. For some of them is a very cheap laptop. It's not about the value of the laptop. It's what is inside of this laptop, the data. If you're doing online banking in a $50 worth of laptop, which one is more important, the data or the laptop? Same applies to your phone. Same applies to your USB stick. So what I'm trying to say here is, it is really important to understand the importance of your assets. And this is also being classified by ISO. I'm also an ISO, probably as you saw in my introduction. I'm also an ISO consultant. So an asset is an elimination of value for your organization or for yourself. To understand the value of your asset, you should put a classification. Okay, this is hardware, it costs X dollars. This is software, it costs Y dollars. This is your site. This is your organization structure. This is your personal. Personal? Do you think spying, do you think espionage is just happening in the movies? Really? What about Edward Snowden? I'm pretty sure most of you did hear about this name. If not, please go put it in your favorite search engine. Google it, Bing it, Yahoo it, have a look into it. Edward Snowden, Anna Chapman, they are one of the few of the very popular spies who launched insider attacks at NSA, or who was really a spy who was caught in America, sent back to Russia. We know that more and more governments these days are hiring hackers. And these hackers creating threats. What is a threat? A threat is a potential cause of an unwanted incident which may result in harm to a system or organization. A threat is usually causing a vulnerability. Why? Because a vulnerability is a weakness. What kind of weakness? A weakness of an asset or group of assets that can be exploited by one or more threats. Think about this. If you're married and let's say you're a male, myself, I go with my wife to a club. Alright, it's a weekend, we want to have a couple of drinks together. And when we go to this club, let's assume there are lots of females, okay? I'm pretty sure my wife is going to feel threatened. Or if there's lots of boys, they look like my wife, I will be feel threatening. Just trying to give you an example. So, knowing 86% of the desktops are Windows is giving attackers an opportunity saying, you know what, why should I use my time to attack Windows? What I can do is, to attack Linux or Apple. I know the popularity is Windows, so I have more chance to hurt someone. Same applies to mobile phone. Did you ever hear about Windows Phone virus? No, because Windows Phone is not that popular yet. But you hear lots of Android vulnerabilities, which you can download from unsecured Play Stores. Google Play Store is probably a bit more secure, but we know that Google has bypassed a couple of security incidents. They couldn't catch it up until it was reported by security researchers. So, what is information security? Information security is the protection of information from a wide range of threats in order to ensure the business is continuing, which will minimize your business risk and, of course, maximize your ROE, which is your return of investment and your business opportunities. Am I saying that? No. Yes, you see myself here delivering in a bank on how you can find malware, but this is an ISO clause. ISO, I'm pretty sure all of you know that it's the International Standard Organizations which set up the standards. Okay, let's do some demo before you get more bored. This is my demo environment. So I'm going to my Windows 2012 server. I'm going to log in. Password. I'm not going to tell you my password. Alright. This can be done with any operating system that you can think. Okay. So how does a virus, a hacker tricks you? Like I was talking about free software. Remember? Let's say you like games, but the games are very expensive for you to buy. By the way, I'm using the EC Council Certified Ethical Hacking materials here in this class, which as most of you know, we do honor this at CSU, and if you pass CH, you can get credit from IT 518 in your masters. Okay, so for more information, please check our website, which is itmasters.edu.au or chu.edu.au. So let's go system hacking. Sorry, for some reason it's a bit slow today. Not kilogos. Okay, my screen is frozen. I don't know if you can see it. I'm already inside the game. James, can you please verify what are you seeing in the slide? Sorry, in the screen?
Not seeing the game yet, just seeing the CEHV8 directory listing.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Can you see the game screen?
Yep, you're in the games folder
game here,
now.
Tetris. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Tetris. That's my Tetris game. Let me start the game. Ah, beautiful. Guys, can you please give me 5 minutes? Let me just finish this game. I'm going to continue with the class. Turn. No. That's not my aim. As you can see, this Tetris is around 200 kilobytes. But this game, let's say, costs $200 or $50 or $10, which you don't want to pay money. Okay? Now, I'm going to use my tool set here. I'm going back to my folder. I'm going to my Reconnaissance web programs. No, not here, sorry. Ah, yeah, it's there. Sorry, I didn't see it. Reconnaissance web programs. One FileMaker.exe. I'm double clicking on it. I'm going to install SendSpy OneMaker.exe. Please do not download this file from the internet from unknown resources. Why? You're going to see it very shortly. So, if I tell you, James, I don't want to talk to anybody else. If I tell you now, I got a beautiful virus for you, would you like to get it off me? What would be your answer? Seriously. I got a virus, and I'm offering you to give it for free. Are you keen to take the virus off me?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Oh, you haven't sold it to me.
No? Okay. So he's not going to get my virus, right? So what I'm doing is I'm opening my Once.exe maker, which is an old tool. I'm not using the latest tools. I'm getting my little game. Add file. I'm going to my folder location, ch tools, let me get some viruses. So when I offer a virus to James, he will not take it off me. But let me go get the game. You like the game, right, James? If I offer you the game, will you take the game for free?
Absolutely.
At this
Oh,
stage?
yeah.
Alright, let's click on G. I'm in the wrong folder again. It's too small, I know. I'm sorry, the screen is a bit slow, I noticed that. But nothing which I can control, to be honest. Here's my game, which James wants to have. No problem, James. I'm passing you the game right now. Here's the game. But you know what? I don't want to just give you the game. Please notice the size of the game. 200 kilobytes. If you don't believe me, here's the game. Here's the size, 200 kilobytes. Open. Now, I know James wants that game. But I know he doesn't want to get the virus from me. So I'm going to add another file, which is going to be my virus. So to do that, I'm going to select my virus. Again, look, I'm going to select the old virus. I go to Trojan. Yeah. James, would you like to have a Trojan or virus?
I thought you were giving me a game.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, of course, yeah. Guys, don't tell him. What should we give it to him? A Netcat virus, a BlackBerry Trojan, a destructive Trojan, or you know what? Let's steal some stuff from him. Let's get the remote access Trojan. Open. I'm gonna get the Thief virus. And please look at the size of my virus. It is 522 kilobytes. Open. I want to save this as one file. Save it into my desktop. Save it into my desktop. It's not a good time to have slow internet. And I want to call it Game for James. Save. Now, check the size. There is one little file. Right click, properties. Remember, my original game was 200 kilobytes. And this is 700 kilobytes. Again, remember, the virus was 522 kilobytes. So anyway, let's double click. I put this up on the internet. James, go ahead and download the game. Beautiful, here's the game. This is supposed to come in the background. I don't know if you noticed, as soon as I start the game, okay, at the background, this has started as well. As James is going to download this from my web server, probably I'm going to get his IP address as well, which is going to give me access. I'm going to show the rest of the demo later, but it's going to give me access to connect to his computer. In this case, I mean, of course, it's not James' IP address, but as soon as I know his IP address and click connect, it's going to connect to his computer. But again, I'm going to show this a little bit later, okay? So now, when I say there is nothing on the internet for free, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I hope this is a bit more clear what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, why it's important to understand this? There is a triangle which you should know. What is a triangle? It is called, that's our security triangle. Security, ease of use, functionality. If you make something secure, it's going to be hard to use, it's going to be less functional. If you make something less secure, it's going to be maybe functional, easy to use, but less secure. So, what is your aim? Your aim is to find the middle dot, right? Which is, oops, here, something which is easy to use, is functional, is also secure. Okay, how can you do that? Via another triangle, which we call CIA. Hold on. Is this American CIA? No, 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 it's not the security, I don't know, something investigation office. It's C for confidentiality. What does confidentiality mean? Alright, James, are you there?
Yep.
Do you mind telling us how much money do you got in your bank account?
You wouldn't want my bank account, not much. $10.
You know, just tell me. Ah, come on. See, he doesn't want to tell it. Why? Because it's confidential, right? We have 1,000 people, more than 1,000 people here live. I can see more and more people are connecting. We have more than 6,000 people, 7,000 plus people registered who's going to watch the recording. You don't want them to know how much money you got, because confidentiality is the propriety that information is not made available or disclosed to unauthorized individuals. In this case, us. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't want to share how much money you got. Alright. You said it's $10. Let's assume this is right. Tomorrow you're going to train station, knowing you got $10. You're going to the counter, you want to buy a ticket to the city, but the lady in the counter says, sorry sir, your card has been declined. You check of it, hey, seriously, you don't have $10, it shows $0. But you thought there was $10. So the integrity is not right because someone else used your money. You wouldn't mind if you see $100,000 there instead of $10, right? James?
Sorry, it's just going through text questions.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't mind instead of $10, $100,000. Correct me if I'm wrong?
I'd be suspicious, but probably secretly pleased.
Okay. So the integrity is the propriety of safeguarding the accuracy and completeness of access. Then we have also availability. Now, James has $10 in his account per Pdca, but he's here in the hacking class. He's gonna learn how. No, I'm joking. You know, he wanted to use his $10, but it wasn't available because someone else had unauthorized access to his $10, and they used it. So it wasn't available. This is what we call CIA. Do we got any questions about that? James, do we got any questions before I move on?
We've had a few content questions along the way that I've flagged for you if you'd like to field a few of them now.
All right.
I don't think specifically about CIA, but
No. I'm just basically any question.
yep. I'll put a couple to you now.
No,
The
I'm
first
showing
one
down.
here is any of those CEH tools that you were showing before. Are they going to be public available or available on the short course site?
No, because they're all viruses, and we can't. Even if they're all viruses, we can't share them. But if they sign up to our classes or to EC Council CH material, they will be able to get it. Even if they buy the books, they won't be able to get access. And this is there only for demonstration purposes, remember?
Yep. There are some tools around, and I think you have some linked on your blog and
Yes.
such. You'll be putting some of
Yes,
them up on the
yes.
short course site, though.
Yes. For example, this tool, Kali Linux. What you can do with this? You can come. You can start, for example, Metasploit. We're gonna talk. Look, we're gonna talk about Kali Linux more and more and more. Where you can create also viruses. Explanation tools. Let's go Metasploit. You can create a virus with Metasploit as well. I'm gonna cover this a little bit later, okay? Or if you go to my blog, as Jem said, you know, where's my blog? If you go to my blog, and if you search CH tools or hacking tools, which I recommend,
We'll put up links to the freely available
erdal.com.
tools on the learn.it masters
Yes,
site
yes.
in the next day or two. Especially ones like
Yes.
Kali Linux, I believe,
Yes,
is of course open source, freely available. You can even get it just by Googling for it, confirming that the one that you do download is
and this is
the one
all
you
the
want.
other tools which is free as well, such as Wireshark, K-Enable, and I'm going to cover most of them during our class, okay? Except Co-Impact, GFI Vanguard, they are not free, but the rest, most of them I'm going to cover here, promise. So please have a look in the blogs. You know, if you got Facebook, don't forget to like us and IT Masters. All right. So, what are the sorry? Any other questions?
Yeah, we've got a few more. We'll go through
So
a couple more, and then you can jump back into your slides.
Yeah.
Patrick's asked the question: how can we know that our data has been accessed or hacked? Is that something you want to go into now at all, or is that something that's going to be in one of the other weeks?
It's too early, but promise we're going to cover this, I think, in week 4.
Yep.
Okay? We are going to cover this a little bit later. So I will postpone that. There is a couple of other time. It's not part of today, but today is just introduction. So any other question?
Yep. Just someone's asked for more information on Lab on Demand, the tool that you were using to show the labs. Nathan's just asked for further information about that.
If you go to our IT Masters YouTube channel, I have there a video, which I'm more than happy to put it in the forums as well, which you can show how you can build your own lab. Okay? Please watch this video. Go to IT Masters YouTube channel and watch the video. I have a specific video there which shows you how you can build your own lab. Another question? One more, then I have to move on.
One more. Thomas has asked about the eBay hack recently, about how it only recently came to public, although the hack was, I think, a good couple of months ago. Do you have any lessons learned about that?
Yes, yes. Look, funny enough, you thought probably, let's go to, like last week I was at Tech at North America. And believe it or not, I was talking there about eBay hack. I said, guys, you know, even eBay, one day you're going to hear it's hacked. I will not be surprised. Did I know about it? No. It's, you know, you can go and watch the recordings. If you go to my Facebook page or my blog, I got recordings there. Please feel free to go on ahead and watch them. Okay? It's also my blog. So what happened is the eBay hack happened with distinguished employees. You know, employees, they were not working for Google anymore. So I mean eBay anymore. hackers gained access to those. So basically, even eBay was not following the good practices. So there is nobody secure in the world. Please keep this in mind. That's a golden rule. The best thing which you can learn in this class is there is no way to stop a hacker. All what you can do is make the hacker's job harder, which means doesn't matter what your company name is. It is all about what you practice. So look, you're going to see in the slides, have long passwords. If you watch my recordings, you're going to see like there are many recordings in my blog or YouTube channel of IT Masters, CSU. You will see lots of slides, lots of people, as you can see there in my sessions. It's not about listening, it's about acting. In ISO, we have a policy, which is Pdca. What is Pdca? Plan, do, check, act. What does it do? It is basically telling you, plan your security, check your security, do the best practice in your security, and act on it. And it's a cycle which goes around. Again, if you come to my blog, I have a couple of articles on this. Please go ahead and watch this later, okay? So I'm going to get your questions. By the way, I see lots of friends logged in, such as Dula and everybody else. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to talk to all of you, but feel free to poke me after the class. Okay, what are the security principles? First of all, rule number 1. Grant the least privileges to yourself. If you have admin privileges, you'll be hacked easier. Make sure you know your network. Make sure you know your operating systems. Make sure you know your access points. Think about your house. If you go to work or school and police called you, sir, there is a fire in the house. What is the easiest entry point to your house? You will probably tell X window. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you should know this also when it's come to your security. You should know your security very well. Then you should reduce the attack surface. How can you do that? To be honest, why having up-to-date software? Why having antiviruses? Why having firewalls? What else? You should avoid assumptions. There is nobody out of the box secure. All, do not assume. I believe eBay will hack me, protect me. No. I believe Apple is secure. No. Windows is secure. No. It's not about the brands. Don't forget. It's about protecting, detecting, and more importantly, responding. How can you protect? While being aware. How can you be aware? I mean, close to 7,000 people is aware they joined to this class. But there is also different ways. Go to forums, sign up to forums, keep eye on blogs, read news about technology, and try to be aware of security. Try to understand your enemy. The more you understand your enemy, the easier you can protect yourself. So there's two ways. Either you're going to shield yourself or you're going to defend yourself. So this guy at the left, which is myself, or this guy at the right, which is myself, you don't have the right to shoot the hacker, but you have the right to stop the hacker. By the way, cryptography is not covered in these 5 weeks. I just noticed a few questions there. Alright, this is a very favorite saying. The art of war. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need to not fear of the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in a rebuttal. So it's time to have a best practice. As I said, there is no way to stop a hacker. All what you can do is make their job harder. You should know yourself, and please be brutal about yourself. Know your network and know where the hackers can come into your network. If you're using a modem, which we all use, and you don't even update your modem, you don't have a protection layer between your modem and yourself, then you are in trouble. So try to understand the hacker levels. As I said, we talked about white hat, black hat, and gray hat hackers. So we should keep in mind that we did get attacked for many different reasons. But the main reason is we should understand how we can protect ourselves. Okay, look, this was probably the only module which we have lots of talk. I have lots of modules which is going to be more demo based, but the key principle of security, I mean, what are you going to demonstrate in a key principle, okay? But it is very, very important to understand how security can be gained. Okay, let's do a demo. Again, how hackers can hack, for example, a Windows 7 machine. Hi, my name is Erdal. Okay, here's my, because the demo is a bit slow, here's my backtrack, or you can use Kali Linux. All what you have to do is basically launch Metasploit, as I done a few minutes ago. When you launch Metasploit framework, just go to MSF console, click on it. It will wait a few seconds. As soon as you do that, there is, in this environment, I created the virus. Remember my first demo, which was a game? So all what I'm going to do is now, I'm going to use Metasploit to launch an attack. I got two PCs here. One is Windows 7. Oh, not this one, sorry. And what's the IP address? It's 10.10.10.7. And the other one is 2008. Sorry, backtrack. So what I'm doing now is I will use Metasploit to create a virus. How can I do that? Via using the inbuilt methodology. So just to let you know, Metasploit comes in two flavors. You can use Metasploit Pro or Metasploit Free. If you go to rapid7.com, okay, rapid7.com, you can here's rapid7.com. You can, it's just loading up. You can just download Metasploit from here. And there is a community version and pro version. So just come to products, Metasploit, free download. Here's the pro version, Metasploit. I got it installed on my computer. I log into my Metasploit. And you can just use the console as well if you have the pro version. If not, you're going to use the free version, which doesn't have access to all of these. Back to my demo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically start creating my backdoor. To be able to do that, by the way, you can watch this video right after the session is over. I'm going to upload all this into the website where you can register. So I'm going, what I've done is here, I used MSFT payload, Windows parameter. I'm using a reverse TCP shell into the IP address. Remember, my other Windows PC had .7 IP address. And I'm creating a desktop straight into my virus. I'm creating into my desktop a virus, which is virus.exe. it will create the virus straight away. All what I've done is MSF payload, space, Windows, Metapreter, reverse TCP, you know. And now I'm sharing this virus. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to my Windows 7 PC. So you can watch the video later just to save some time. This is my Windows 7 PC. I'm just connecting to the share, and here's my virus ready to get export. Of course, nobody is gonna go double click on virus.exe. What they will do is I'm gonna wrap it with a game, with a free movie, with the MP3, with the ebook, remember? And then I will go, you know, share it on the internet as soon as you download the free game. I'm going to be able to interact with you. How? I'm going to use an exploit. So the exploit is ready in Metasploit. All what I do is say use exploit multi-handler. I go to the handler. Because you double click into my virus, I'm gonna first set the exploit, okay? So I'm going to do payload, and the payload was a Windows payload with Metapreter. And remember, it was a reverse TCP. Now it started. So I'm going to quickly type again. So I'm jumping here. This is the virus. So the poor guy is going, double clicking the game. He's playing the game, downloading the virus. Okay. Now I know the host IP address. I'm gonna interfere with the session. How can I do that? Via basically exploiting my virus. All what I have to do is, as soon as I know the IP address, exploit, and as soon as I start the exploit, it will go ahead and start the payload, which will help me, you know. Here we go. This is my Windows PC. Again, I'm gonna have this video for you ready. You know, as soon as the user here we go, you know, the user goes ahead and double clicks into my virus, and you will see that now if I do netstat, I'm scrolling up, there is right here a sync packet which is sent straight to my host, which is my Kali Linux PC, and from there I'm gonna interfere with the session. How can I do that? By just typing sessions /i/l which will start the sessions, okay? And then I am boom in the Windows desktop. I can just use the commands to connect to the backdoor, to connect to C drive. Again, everything will be step by step later for you in that video, okay, in our website. So we have only 2 hours time, so let me cover some stuff as well, so you understand how hackers work. So I'm going to answer 2 questions. I can see James has flagged some of them. One of the question is it possible to embed virus into the non-executable file? Yes, it is possible. You can embed, like there is a flash vulnerability. I don't know if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, Microsoft patched Internet Explorer. To be honest, there was nothing wrong with the Internet Explorer, but people, they use Internet Explorer 11, there is a flash vulnerability on that. Or saying that, there is still a vulnerability in IE8, which is still not closed by Microsoft. Or Firefox. Most of us thinking Firefox is more secure. Really? Look at the Firefox updates in the last few months. Nearly every month there is an update. So a virus can be embedded to many other stuff, MP3, PDF, and I'm going to have some demos for you later, which you can watch the videos. All right, I'm taking one more question. One more question. James, can you help me? I'm trying to, there are too many. I read one, I found one. Okay, hold on. Is there any way to remember many passwords? That's a good question. To be honest, if I knew the answer, I would answer it. Look, there is a free tool. If you're using Windows 8, there is a tool called, let me just open Control Panel. Here we go. Windows Credential Manager. It's a free tool, so you don't have to go ahead and download something else, where you can save your credentials into Windows. Of course, I'm not going to double click and show you my credentials, but you will see that these credentials supposed to be, you know, it's recorded, it's too late now. You saw what you're supposed to see, you're supposed not to see. So you can just manage your credentials from Credential Manager. If you don't have Windows 8, there are some free tools which you can use, but to be honest, the best way is not to write your password anywhere, even though it's been encrypted. You know, it's like safe. If you're a thief and you come into house, your first aim will be probably the safe. Why? You know, all the valuable stuff will be in the safe, right? But I know breaking safe is harder than breaking anything else in the house. So, does it give you the answer? Maybe KeePass, yeah, as James said, is one of the tools. Or I know there are some tools for Linux, for Android phones. Like I'm using one of the current Android phones, which I'm not happy, to be honest. But Samsung, again, which I'm not happy, has a software called Nox, A-N-O-X, which is like Windows Credential Manager. For your Apple, there are again a couple of tools which you can use. Okay, let's move to Module 2. How's the class going? I hope you're happy. I can see we didn't lose much students, which is good. Okay. James, did I miss one more question I can take? Any question that you think is important?
Marco has just said, you said viruses can be embedded in an MP3 file. Sorry if you already covered this. How will the virus be run if the application reading it is passing it as a music file?
Okay. I'm gonna upload a video later to show you that. So an example is Flash. How is your Flash running? Or an example is PDF, for example. How can you embed a virus into PDF? I got already a recorded video for that, okay, but I'm not gonna run now. Please go ahead and watch my session. Let me open just my blog somewhere. If you watch this session here, hacker tools for ethical hackers to protect Windows clients. Come click into this, okay? Please go ahead and click this link here, which will take you to Microsoft website. So it's safe. And as you can see, within 10 days, more than 5,000 people, or close to 5,000 people watched it. So please feel free to come and fill the comments, rate the videos yourself as well. I have here, together with Raymond, I'm showing you how, actually Raymond is demonstrating you how you can do that. Okay, so please go ahead and watch this, as we have only 45 minutes left, and as time, you know, I can't just go into everything. I'm really sorry, but it is possible. Okay, and promise I can show you a few stuff later. If I finish earlier, I can do a demonstration with Metasploit, and you will understand it. So, what are the phases of hackers? Every hacker is using 5 phases, which is 1, reconnaissance, 2, scanning, 3, gaining access, 4, maintaining access, 5, clearing tracks. I know some of you are going to say, Erdal, what are you talking about? Please think this as you going to a club or to a cafe. You know, I say, James, do you know a good club? I know you're in Melbourne. You know, I'm single, which I'm not, but just an example, okay? I'm single tomorrow night in Melbourne. Can you recommend me a nice club where I can go meet some girls or some boys, some friends? You say Club X, for example. You know, X is just any name. I'm not.
Interesting choice.
I don't know if it's a real name. Okay, so
Let's go with Club Y.
okay,
Or
Club
A.
Y. Okay, Club Y. You know, Club A. It's just an example. Okay, please. Okay, now I know what you mean. Sorry. Okay, just, you know, Club Z, which is nice. So what I've done is I gained information from James. Now I'm the club. Beautiful. In the club. What I will do is, you know, depends on your choice, boy or girl. I will look around to find, this lady or this gentleman, you know, depends on your choice, is beautiful. So what I'm doing at the moment is scanning. So I found my target. Now music is there, you know, and I want to go to talk to this lady, but I'm a bit shy, you know. I go and ask, hi, excuse me, would you like to dance with me? If the answer is yes, I will gain access. Now, dance is over, music is over. I want to continue speaking to this girl because she's beautiful. I asked for her phone number. This is maintaining access. What is the first part? Hey, remember, I'm married. I don't want my wife to find out. So now it's time to clear the tracks. So let's put this into the hacker's world. Hackers use different tools for reconnaissance. What is that? For example, they use tools such as Multigo. What is Multigo? I'm just launching it for you up right now so you can see it. It's loading up in the other screen. It should come up very shortly. Here we go. This is Multigo. Hold on. Let me just do the boring step here. This is the annoying TLYCMMUN HTY Next. Beautiful. Is anybody volunteered for this? So what I can do is I can just use you know, it's in the other screen again. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna. All right, I can drag and drop it here. Come on, Multigo. It doesn't allow me to drag it to the screen. Okay, hold on. Change screen. Screen monitor 1. I think now you can see it. Can you see my first screen? No, you can't.
I could for a second. Yep.
Beautiful. Here we go. So let's get, for example, a person to find about it. So I'm not gonna ask for a volunteer. I'm gonna use myself, just in case we found some information. So right click, run transforms. I'm just, to make it nice and easy, I'm gonna run all of them. You know, I'm just gonna ignore all of it for now. I accept. So I'm running it. So Multigo is like a search engine, like your Google. It's going ahead and it's looking around, and look at this. It's too big, I know. It's finding lots of information about me, right? Hey! If you think this is, look, my inboxes, my email addresses, my Facebook profile. Is this me? I'm not sure. Let's double click on it. Yeah, it looks like me. What else? Attachments. There's no attachments. Notes. Properties. Hey! I thought my Facebook page ID is secure. Look at this. It's not. Look at this. My Facebook user ID. Let's copy this. So if you think you are safe in Facebook because you don't have your real name, think twice about it. Look at this. So what else can you do? It goes, scrolls everything. LinkedIn, Facebook. It is gathering information. And as you can see, even my Facebook post, less than 2 hours left to the Hacking Countermeasures class. It's here. What else can you do? You can get an infrastructure, a device, a tweet. So I can just get even a tweet, put it in, and find information. Or what else? Let me just switch back to my screen 2. James, can you see screen 2?
Seeing your PowerPoint at the moment, or Internet Explorer.
Beautiful. seekit.com.au. What is this website, James? Can you please give some information for non-Australians? It is basically job finding. Sorry, I was a bit. It's a web, job search. All right, I want to find a network engineering job. All right, let me see what kinds of information I can get from here. All right, look, this company is looking for Microsoft SME. Clinic recruitment has a number, blah, 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 blah. They are looking, but look, these days the company name is not given, but I can look a bit more. Look, they're looking for someone who understands Active Directory, WSUS, Windows Deployment Services, VMware, SharePoint, high and low level design, depth knowledge. So, do you understand what I'm trying to show here? You can just scroll through. Here we go, in Wintel, for example. They're looking for Windows administrators. You understand Microsoft technologies, which means that company here is using Microsoft technologies. I mean, look, this is not something secret, right? People are giving information out. Data3, oh, one of my customers, is looking for someone who understands Microsoft networking. And people give stuff away here. So, remember, Reconnaissance, what was Reconnaissance? Is basically where attackers get information as much as possible. They can do it actively or passively. What is an active recon? Where you call, like you do dumpster diving. You go to recycle bins and try to find some passwords, some secret information from there. Or passively via Google, via Bing. Then second step was scanning. You can do port scanning, vulnerability scanning, network scanning. If you remember, I was talking about Metasploit. Here's my Metasploit. Let's scan a website. I can call this demo. If you know the IP address, it's very easy to find IP address. I'm going to show you something a bit easier to make you. I'm pretty sure most of you do use Firefox, right? You're not like me, a Microsoft guy. Look, here's the Firefox. It looks beautiful. That's my blog. What is my IP address? How can you find what kinds of software I'm using in the background without clicking anywhere else? What I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you what I'm using, so you understand. You can just do it yourself. Add-ons. The add-ons I'm using is Firebug, HackSearch, Header Spy, Netcraft Anti-Phishing Toolbar, Server Spy, Share IP. Okay, this is the toolbars that I'm using. I can just come here. As you know, I can just click and load them, or I can just have them here. Well, I just click into this little icon here, which is HackSearch. I can search for username and password, for example, about this website. Or I can, the new Firebox, it doesn't fit into your screen. I can gain information such as DNS details. What is my name server? What is my SOE? What is my IP address? Remember? I didn't even done a ping. Or I can just right click from this here. I can search even for this IP address. I can do hack search. Hack search based on, for example, username and password, or in URL, or link search, or it has so many different tools to get the information. So you can use Firebug, for example. What is this? Or if I double click on it now, here we go. Not this here, sorry. I don't have much in my blog. Let's go to Microsoft.com. Microsoft.com. I can look into running scripts. Why it's important to find out scripts? For example, my blog here. I have some scripts running at the background. I can just, not this current web page, but like register. As soon as I go here, you will see that the script is going to load out here. Here we go. Here is the script that I'm running. So if you go to websites and see what kinds of scripts they're running, what is one of the benefits? You can just run XXX attacks, right? Cross-site scripting. Or you can go see what kinds of cookies they're collecting, how big the cookies are, where the information has been sent, what kinds of information has been started. You can go and deny cookies, accept cookies. So it's giving you lots of information. Now back to my blog. Remember, I copied the IP address without even pinging it. I can just go to Windows X, of course, go to PowerShell, and do this, ping.erdal.ozkaya.com, or I can go to DNS, network tools tools.com. I can do the same thing from here online. I can run, for example, a HTTP header scan, or based on IP address, or based on ping, based on lookup. You don't have to really do it just from your computer. You will see the traffic between my home computer and my blog, and all the firewalls that I'm passing, all the stuff between me and my ISP. What else? You can come through and do, for example, DNS record search for me as well. So back to the topic. It is giving, you can collect lots of information, and then you can start scan. Remember, I was looking in that club, which is club A, to find my partner. So this will scan and start the process using Nmap. Yes, this is the pro version. You can always use the free version from here to run it as well. You can come to Kali Linux, password, not password, text explanation tool, Metasploit, or these tools here to run it yourself, which will help you to find vulnerabilities, network information as well. Remember then I talked about gaining access. In my dancing case, I went and asked if you can dance with that lady. The hacker, as soon as they gain access, if you remember my video which I run, hacking Windows 7 Metasploit, there what I done is I used some shells to connect to Windows. I was able to remotely access Windows. Then I want to maintain my access because I want to steal the credit card details, maybe host my illegal stuff in that person's computer. So it is a farce where the attacker compromises the system, where his backdoor, rootkit, Trojan, whatever he implemented, is active in the computer. And once you're done, it's like you go to your table, you finish your food. As soon as you're done, you go, clean your teeth, wash your hands. You clean the tracks. You wash the dishes, or you put the dishes into the washing machine. So, refers to the state where the attacker is clearing the tracks, because otherwise he or she will be in trouble. So, any questions?
Yep, we got some questions here, Erdal.
Okay,
yep.
We are just about to finish, so I can take some questions.
Cool. One of the questions was just hack search add-on. Were you showing a hack search add-on, and can you share that add-on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Come on. Here we go. Hack search add-on. Yeah, this one. Yes, that's done. You want to see the name here? Hack search add-on. What's the question?
Yeah, just Sean just asked, can you share that add-on? I guess if you just show it, and then we can.
No, I can't. Just go to Firefox Add-ons Manager, search for it, get add-ons, type it here, hack search, search. It will find it here, and download it. To be honest, that's the only time when I use Firefox. Hack search.
All right, thanks, Erdal.
Because I got it installed,
Yep, we got another question here.
I'm going to show you websites where you can. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yep, from David. To help with this course, what home setup is recommended to train and practice on?
Okay, if you watch the... Okay, let me just open YouTube. YouTube.com. Please go ahead and subscribe to IT Masters. Do you know this website, this video channel, James? You should register yourself as well, please.
Our own one, yeah, I know it.
Oh, you already uploaded the videos. You're the man.
Yeah, Ben did those
Is
today.
it the videos? Beautiful. Look, all the videos that I promised to upload it. It's been already there. Please go ahead and just
these
watch
videos will be linked to from
already...
learn.itmasters.edu.au. All that content will be going up tomorrow.
Yes. Okay. So you feel free to watch them all here. I got everything for you step by step there, because we I did try to prepare it because we got only 2 hours for this class for over 4 weeks, so I want to cover as much as possible stuff. That's why we recorded some videos to make your hopefully learning a bit easier. And there is a video called How to Build a Lab. Just scroll down, Google hacking, phishing demo. Here we go, how to build your own lab. Even though this says ENSA, don't worry. ENSA is the other class which I run. The mentality is same, okay? Just go ahead and watch this, please. It's around 24 minutes. And it will make your life hopefully easier. Next question, please.
Yep. Is Multigo free?
Yes. There's a free version and a paid version, of course. Just go to your favorite search engine. Multigo. To be honest, I don't know how to use Firefox. Multigo. And please don't write any comments. I love Internet Explorer. You don't have to love it. It's personal choice, okay? Every class I receive 20 emails. Oh, I can't believe you're using Internet Explorer. Use Google Chrome or use Firefox. This is a personal choice. I love my IE. So Multigo. There's a free version which is limited, and of course paid version. Alright, just download from here. One more question?
Yep. Gary asks, so the push moving to the cloud, is that making black hat hackers very happy?
Yes and no. To be honest, some cloud providers, such as Google, they are very open with you. They say, you know what? You own nothing. We own your data. We scan your data. We will do whatever we like with your data. So if you put your stuff onto Google, then you accept the fact they are looking into it. What about Amazon or Microsoft? They are a bit more protective on what they're doing. But now to answer the question, is really cloud more secure? Probably they are a bit more secure than ourselves, but if they gain access, then by the way, Liam, thank you for everybody who started to do Stop Cybercrime. I love you guys. Please, everybody, please go and do Stop Cybercrime. I tweeted a few minutes, today. I'm looking for that tweet, which was really a good article. If I can find it, what Microsoft is doing about their cloud. Here we go. Please go and read this one. Mark Pesnovich is one of my heroes. I want you to read this article, what Microsoft is doing against its cloud protection. So they're working hard. I know Amazon is working hard as well. So the answer is yes and no. Only time will show. But yes, the hackers are getting happier because if they find the right way, they're going to get access to your data. But again, this company says billions of dollars. They do their best to protect their credibility. Any other questions? I'm going to take 2 more, and I'm going to finish the slide deck and come back to the questions.
Alrighty, 1 second. What kind of reconnaissance is social engineering?
All right, social engineering. It could be two. Social engineering could be active and passive. If you're doing a shoulder surfing, for example, is active. I know I keep going to back to my blog, but I got a session on this already, which was delivered 2 weeks ago at Tech at North America. Please go and watch that, okay? All your answers are here. Social engineering, manipulations, target attacks, and IT security. I presented with a Microsoft gentleman called Milad. He's a close friend of mine who works at Microsoft Gulf. Please go, you can download the PowerPoint, the videos straight from here. Please feel free, to share it. to drive some traffic there? The answer is here, okay? 7 to 5 minutes, go, and it's covered in details. As you can see, you can just download it straight away. One more question?
1 second.
Thank you, Sam.
More of a comment from Daryl Lynch. What do you think of this? Website hosting has been around for a long time and continues to be hacked. I can't see cloud hosting being any different. So your thoughts on this?
Okay, website hosting and cloud. So one is in a service. I mean, cloud could be, you know, infrastructure as service or as storage. Now, let's talk about Dropbox, for example. To be honest, Dropbox, Google Docs, at the moment they don't have the right encryption mechanisms. Same applies for old SkyDrive. Microsoft promises it's now a bit more secure, but you know, if you have, look, this is my, I don't want to be politic because most of these big companies are my customers, okay? The question is, if you have something secret, then please don't, thank you, Chris. If you have something secret, please don't share it in the cloud. This applies to everything. If something is secret, keep it in your own safe. It's like banks, you know, you can go and hire a safe in a bank. But you watch the movies, you know, how they hijack the banks. And, you know, it's not been, if the bank is hijacked, it's bad luck. Insurance is not even covering it. Does it make sense? What I'm trying to say? Alright, one more question.
Yep, one more here. For malware analysis, is it safe to perform analysis inside a VM? Can viruses cross over through a machine to exploit the host machine?
To be honest, I do all my testing in VMs. As you can see, I got a fresh Windows, I got old Windows. This is one of my PCs. I got also a whole server with 64 gig of RAM sitting there, which I'm not connected yet. You can, you know, if you, if you're using Hyper-V, which is free, or all what you have to do is make sure that when you create your network, if I know where my network is. Alright, make sure you have a private IP addresses which does not talk to anything else. Or, you know, if you want to talk to your computer, you can use internal. If you want to connect to the internet, you know, make sure you act this. Is Hyper-V the only one? No. You can use Oracle, you can use VMware. There are lots of tools which you can use, but I think you all understand. I'm a fan of Microsoft, and I make most of my money by securing Microsoft. Does it make sense? So yes, please use virtual machines. That's the right way. Okay, let me finish the slides. Then if there is some time left, I will continue. This video is already in the... This is how the hackers find us. So I got a Windows 8 PC. So you'll be able to watch this around 6 minutes. Please watch it in your own time. As you can see, I'm using a virus, and this virus is helping me to launch an attack. Okay, so please watch this later. I don't want to spend the time. I prefer to answer some questions. Computer security. This is a beautiful, you know, funny slide deck which I love. Please read it yourself. I'm giving you a few minutes. I think it's funny. I guess all of you read it. So next week we're gonna cover scanning networks in details, enumeration, and I'm gonna have some live demos.